Hello, 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 everyone. This is your Hall of Famer, Director Marlon Green, synchronizing this universe with positive energy. If the Lord could have sent somebody else to do better than me at what I do, I can't tell. Tell them to send them so that I can see instead of just wishful thinking. Because prayers without blessings is just a pep talk. I need the blessings because resources are not found easily, nor money grows on trees. So if you can't do anything right, you don't deserve anything. Quit looking at everybody else trying to do better for themselves. And y'all be with this bullshit because racism in America is a problem, and a lot of y'all are racist. Many of you all are in the ministry pretending, and I'm going to make it discomfortable for you. I got everybody in the world following my lead, and you got pastors turning people down from doing their testimony who got their shit together and had a revelation. They missed it. It's God's fault. Now, instead of telling the church first, I got to tell it on social media. And so I'm going through my phone and I'm going to turn on Pandora. And Pandora is a great company to invest in. And when I hear all of y'all talking this bullshit and y'all got these disorders and y'all suffering from all these diseases and fucked up ass mentality, that's mostly y'all fault because a lot of y'all don't have fucking courage and a lot of y'all just shouldn't be a man at all. So let's go at this first thing. The first thing I want to say is this the same God? Is this the same God of Abraham, Moses, and Solomon? That's what I'm going to start off with. Moving along. God allows blacks being beaten, slaves being made of blacks, segregation, racism, lynching, human trafficking. God allows this. Who else is inflicted like we are? Who is beating white folks? Who making slaves out of white folks? What Jim Crow laws pertain to white folks? What segregation excludes white folks? How many people have blacks lynched? How many millions of human trafficking went across the Atlantic on a transatlantic slave trade? Moving along. Why doesn't God respect men? I don't know. Because he's not diligent. His time is not your time. He wants you free of sin, but you are born in a sinful world and you don't control nobody else. And so if all of Lucifer's children are rich from swindling people, are you saying that God is limited and he can't see the people that deserve something and just leave it out there to where, oh, my kids can get abused, I'm just going to forgive them and let them into heaven? I don't want to go to heaven with y'all. I want to be something else. I don't want to go to heaven. Quit telling me how God is always good and I don't never see it. You have deacons that are slumlords. You have corrupt police. You have mentally disturbed leaders that will call the police on you, will call a psychiatric ward on you, and they're the one that need it. They lie with forked tongues, and even if you rebuke them, they go right back and do the same shit. So how come God doesn't respect me and I could get stuff done out of respect and skill sets? Because taking a junkie over me is dishonorable. Yeah, you are God. You can do everything you want. That don't mean it's right. That don't mean it's right. If you keep taking a junkie over a college grad and y'all can see that the college grad is not as bad as people think or as bad as the junkie and the junkie keep excelling, maybe we need to think about putting our trust in something else. Because putting me in a pot of boiling water and expecting me not to get boiled is ridiculous. We need an intelligent God. I don't like to hear about King David. King David had took his best friend's wife and got her pregnant. Not only that, then he got his best friend killed because he couldn't hide the fact that he had committed adultery. People knew about it, and I'm quite sure people probably told him to don't fucking do this. And he did it anyway. God still bless him. He's not proving nothing to me doing that, okay? Because King David was a fuck up. Fuck ups think it's all about them and leadership, but it's not. Fuck up don't respect men that are normally respected. And why is apartheid in Israel? That shit should have been limited to Africa. You see the shit spread it, huh? Whose fault that is? Ours? I don't think so. Okay? Why does not God respect us men? Because the average man can't come close. You can't compare me to the average man. I get everything out of respect in the skill set. So you saying if I'm not respected as a world leader, that don't mean nothing to you? So that's saying if I'm an excellent achiever, that doesn't have any bearing to you? Okay, let's try something else. I'm the first college student of my family. Okay, I'm the first honorably discharged soldier of my grandmother's generation. All three of my grandmother kids died from drug use and partying all of their lives. And they were bitter at me before they left. I never been on crack. I never been on heroin. I never had a drinking problem. I did smoke weed, and I still smoke weed because I'm a medical marijuana patient. Now the church gonna say weed is bad, but even in the Bible in Genesis it says God has gave us all the plants and seed bearing, all the herbs and seed bearing plants to consume as food and medicine. White folks society has marijuana illegal. They didn't bring it back to Louisiana. Well, they didn't bring it to Louisiana until I successfully campaigned for it and got it. They didn't offer me nothing. I got proof. I got proof from my documents. I got proof from my videos. And I got proof from the people that's still in the network. And I'm in the database. Okay? So a person that's been a junkie that's recovering, they gonna tell you that you should feel guilty about smoking or using weed. Well, I look better than y'all, and all I do, well, that's not all that I do, but I do use CBD oil because it has a lot of nutrients. Crack don't have no fucking nutrients. Heroin don't have no nutrients, okay? Methamphetamine don't have healing properties, okay? So you can't compare me to the average man. You can't see what I'm thinking if you can't relate to what I'm saying. You can't get to my education level because you don't have a high school diploma. You can't be in the Hall of Fame because you ain't never compete. But God doesn't respect me and he respects junkies. Okay, does God respect this? I grew up in a junkie home. All three of my grandmother's kids died from fucked up drugs and lifestyle. My mom fucked up her liver. My auntie had stomach cancer. My uncle, he died. I don't know what this. He died of cancer. I don't know what he died about. He just died, and I don't know. I forgot. But anyway, he was an alcoholic. My mom was a dope fiend, and my auntie was a crack addict. This is fucking ridiculous. And y'all gonna give me a hard time about winning the spelling bee? About trying to find a job? I ain't never got a job in New Orleans for the summer. You know why? Because they fuck each other for these jobs. That's why. And I can't stand African American women. They'll be on their knees for the white man. They'll bend over for the Arabs. They'll deep throat for the Spanish. But they won't do shit for their own black man. You know why? Because the white folks turn our blacks against us. Our blacks don't have no discipline. That's why I have disowned African American, and I am now Asian. I am not claiming African American or black no more. Y'all some low self-esteem fuckos, and you will fight me before you fight the oppressor. It is what it is, man. I'm not the one being accused of racism. I'm the one that's being falsely imprisoned for telling the truth and for doing God's work, and he don't respect me. So deep down inside, I'm about to say fuck him. Because what do I need an abusive God for? And people that's always saying God is good in the midst of abuse are actually cursing themselves, and the witches know that. If you say God is good all the time and you're steady getting oppressed by your masters, then God and your master isn't going to think nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it's something fucking wrong with it. You know why? Because it caused scars, it caused injuries, it caused broken bones, it causes mental retardation. And they're not going to tell you this. Is when you having a conversation, you gonna find out when you ask them a basic question, they can't answer it. When you call them 15 times for a job that they supposed to do and they don't answer it. They can't read well. They can't write well. They can't answer the facts. And you mean to tell me God gonna respect you fucked up motherfuckers before me? I don't think so. You know what it is? It's selective reasoning. That's what it's called. Okay? And there's going to be a realignment of ministries in Africa. I've already started calling the mainstream ministry. I'm already accepted. And so, white folks thinking that they can just go to Africa and preach the gospel after being racist 40 and 50 years, and you part of a ministry that you are still racist, and going to African ministry to Africans, and you white or you Spanish or you whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody is to blame in this shit, even God. Because blind gods, who need them? And they got people that do fucking witchcraft right in the church, do KKK ceremonies right in the church, and God is not going to do nothing. He's not. Y'all need to get y'all head off y'all ass and quit following the wrong people. And African American women ain't shit, and I done proved it. Fucking right.